Now then guys, how you doing? Welcome to an episode of Sunflower's Big Adventures. It's not a comeback video. I'm just here making a video because Sunflower is getting some work done in Morocco, and I thought it might be an interesting thing to document. Inconsiderate bastard driving here right now when I'm filming a video. No wonder I don't do YouTube anymore. So, you're joining us in Morocco, and we're not so far away from Agadir. And the reason we're here is because...
No, won't do. This little bit over here. This here. That bit there.
So you can't just let your hopes and dreams rust away. Because let's face it, if you've got an old camper van, an old van or an old vehicle even, when you see some rust there, it only gets worse. It never gets better.
Little bit here. Little bit there.
That's just the tip of the iceberg, because the back arches, French fried, mate. There really is a lot of work to do, so if you're interested in seeing how they go about fixing things like this in Morocco, finding out the price and watching the little project go, then why not subscribe?
Cause we might have to see you again, you dickhead.
Roll yourself a fat one, make yourself a cup of tea, hit like, let's get into it. So this is day one. Nice and early in the morning, rolled up, did the wake and bake, had a nice coffee. I was parked by the sea before this, just a 15-minute drive, and here we are. This is the place. Operation. If you think it looks a little bit backstreet, that's because, well, it is. I drove away from the tourist area because I'm in a popular surf spot. Just basically away from the tourist area in the hope of getting a better price. And yeah, I think this is the best way to go, to be honest. Just gonna be home for the week. So I rolled up here with Sunflower at 20 past 11. And at 21 minutes past 11, work's already started. It took 1 minute for me arriving. Okay. Plastic arches off. What's hiding underneath? Lots of shit. Lots of shit here. And this. So this is shit made underneath. I already cut out the worst of the rust on this side a couple of years ago to stop it spreading. It saved the inner arch. This side's a lot better because obviously all the standing water on the road is on the left hand side of the vehicle. In the UK, all the standing water's on the left. So yeah, that's the beginning. There's a lot more. We've got all underneath this shit, little, yeah, lots to do. It took 1 minute of arriving for the work to start, which is good. Epoxy acetylene torch. Cut this shit out, man. Like a lot of things in life, sometimes they've got to get worse before they get better. So that's what's happening right now. Because what's getting repaired was not visible, it was hidden. This is Sunflower's walls. In fairness, they're a pitiful state anyway. And it was in my plan to change this. That's not the colour they were ever supposed to be. So let's look at this as motivation to do it how it was supposed to be. Just rolling with the destruction. But as I said, it's got to get worse before it gets better. And you can't weld an arch, inner arch, outer arch and sills if you've got an interior full of insulation, because that's what was in there, look. And if you get an oxyacetylene torch or a welder on that, well, you may as well get your marshmallows out, because you're just going to have a big fire and no campervan anymore. So yeah, and you can see here, as you rip back the layers, because there was board insulation, as you rip back the layers you can see the arch is just fucked. So all this, goodbye. Back to solid and then new metal on the outside. Going to be a full new arch and sills, among other things. For me to say that I'm enjoying watching this process is an understatement, because I'm literally watching my pride and joy. It might just be an old van, but this van brings me so much happiness. Everyone who knows, if they've got a vehicle they love, a camper van or a classic car, the joy that it brings you when you're out using it, it's priceless. So to see this happening, it's yeah, very enjoyable, ultra satisfaction, and this is all work that I couldn't do. I can just about handle a little bit of cutting metal, a bit of rust stopping and some filler and paint, but these are skills that I just don't have, and it's also money that I don't have. I couldn't afford to do this in the UK. I mean, you'd be looking at thousands to do a job like this, and that's before they even came to paint. It's also really satisfying watching them use really basic tools. I mean, welding with the oxyacetylene torch and the wire, just feeding it by hand. No welder, just basic tools. An old piece of a gearbox on the floor which they use, or a metal strip which they use for banging and shaping and bending the metal. Totally basic, but very effective. You can see the white of the filler from an old repair here. It's not a repair on the arch itself, it's actually on the side of the van. I scraped a fence post. Well, seriously scraped a fence post on the middle panel underneath the side door rail some years ago, and had it professionally repaired. So that's what the white filler is that you can see there behind the welding area. Now he's just seam welding. You can see Hassan just seam welding the outer to the inner arch. Welding the inner and the outer arch gives the side panel and the arch its strength. You can see here it flexes as he hammers. But after a quick seam weld, it's all solid. If you're thinking, oh, can I get away with doing this kind of work without touching the inside of my van and taking the interior out, then this probably answers your question. There was insulation in there before, that'd just be up in flames in seconds. There's just a small detail here because there's a contour line down the side of the van. Sorry about the camera angle, I never claimed to be a professional. Right, you can appreciate the state of the inner arch here. So it's just welding the outside now, and we're just about to cut this out and get out with the old. It's very important to use safety, like something to shield the sparks, like a lighter, so that the sparks don't hit the tyre. It's good to put a lighter in the way. Yeah. The work on the outer sill's already done. The outer arch, the new metal is in, and on this side, this is obviously all going to be cut out as well. The back sill still to do. Yep, the lighter protected the tyre. So far, the new metal, I've got an arch, I've got metal, all this, all new metal, all new metal, all new metal, all new metal, and it's going to be continuing all the way onto there, and then there'll be a lot of that. That's still to cut out. Zinc. Yeah. Progress. So they've taken a piece of angle iron and curved it to the shape of the arch, and this is going to give it a really good solid edge and something really good to seam weld everything to. Now here's a new piece of steel they've shaped and cut to the shape of the arch, and now they have sat it on top of the angle iron and they're just seam welding it all together. I'm well happy now. They're clearly doing a decent job and they're using decent materials. The steel sheet that they've used there for that is good and thick and heavy, so I'm happy with that. This guy loves molten steel on his toes. They're just seam welding the new top of the wheel arch to the angle iron edge which they've given it. And as you can see, that's proper solid now. There really is a lot of work and a lot of seam welding that goes into a repair like this. But on the inside and the outside, of course, it's got to be stitched up on both sides. I'm enjoying watching the welds penetrate and appear from the inside whilst he's welding on the other side. And this is looking so much better now. They're doing a good job. And just like that, Sunflower the Campervan's got a new outer and inner wheel arch and a little bit of sill. And so far I'm really happy with how the guys worked.
Sunflower, the magic yellow 420 Campervan, traveling and chasing the sunshine, looking for a good time. It's Sunflower's big adventure, Sunflower's big epic adventures. Because sunflowers need sun, yes, sunflowers need the sunshine to have a good time. Herbs on